Hey, welcome back to Vintage 12 here on Kingston Plantation. Got a great dessert for you today. Everybody loves it, nobody makes it at home because they think it's some type of big mysticism, right? It's not. Crème brûlée, right? I guarantee you somebody just went, ooh, crème brûlée, right? Believe it or not, the majority of making this dessert is boring, really boring. You're making a custard, right? What I want you to do is look at the recipe in the link and just follow the procedures on getting the sugar dissolved into the custard mixture. I'm going to give you the tricks to crème brûlée and the reason why nobody makes it at home. Couple of things. Vanilla bean, right? No vanilla extract. Bad, right? Listen to me, bad. It takes a little more effort. I'll tell you a little bit about these, right? So most of the vanilla beans that you're going to see are going to have a little mark on them, right? And believe it or not, these are farmers that are branding their crop. What happens is Madagascar, a couple different regions where these come from, is that they'll have raids on their vanilla beans once they're getting ready to be harvested. And it got so bad that farmers started putting brands and marking the vanilla beans, so if they went to market they could figure out, hey man, that's my vanilla beans. Kind of an interesting side story. So millions and millions and millions and millions of little seeds in this pod. You'll find it's a little stiff, right? Never ever put it in the refrigerator. Always just keep it up in your cabinet. So when you're ready to use these, what you're going to do, since you're already doing crème brûlée, right, and you got cool torch, I can explain more about that in a minute. What you're going to do is just heat it up a little bit. And what that does is it gets those resins really warm, and now it's malleable, right? You can work with it. So what you're going to do is you take your handy little French knife and you just score it right down the middle, and you're going to open it up, right? Think of it like a banana, and you're just going to open that peel up. And then what you do is you take the back end of your knife, once that's open, and push through the vanilla bean. And what's that going to do is it's going to bring all of those seeds to the forefront. So once you've got a big old glop of those seeds, that's when you're going to put that into your mixture. Now you're going to think like, well, you know, who's really going to know? I'm going to know. Because when I look at your crème brûlée, if it doesn't have a lot of black specks in it, little itty bitty black specks, odds are you pulled out the vanilla extract. Bad. No vanilla extract, all right? So once you've got that, you're going to put it in the oven. You're going to put it in an oven in a water bath. When I say a water bath, I mean, so you can see how thin this dish is, right? So I'm going to bring the water just right up to about 3/4 of the way on that. When I put it in the oven, what that's going to do is it's two things. It's going to let this cook more evenly, and it won't let it reach more than that liquid's temperature, right? Because that's the biggest thing. So now, people always ask me, well, how long is that going to take? I don't know. You got an oven at home? I don't know your oven. I got an oven here. I bet you don't have one of those at home, right? I can tell you how to know when it's done, right? So when you want to ask a chef, hey man, how long is that going to take? I want you to replace that phrase with, how am I going to know when it's done? So what I do is I'll just give the oven a little jiggle. I'll open the door and give that pan a little jiggle. And what I want to do is I want to see all of that not move. Even if just a little bitty in the center does a little move, I know that it's going to keep cooking once I take it out. That's what you want. If you overcook crème brûlée, it's sweet scrambled eggs. Tastes completely different, acts different. It's not smooth and rich and creamy anymore. So that's one of the biggest tricks, is making sure you don't overcook your crème brûlée. That's really one of the harder parts. Now the other part is torching the top, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to caramelize sugar and bring it to a hard crack stage. And you're not going to do that with a thermometer. You're going to do that with a little bit of knowledge from me that I'm going to give you. So if you go to Williams-Sonoma, one of my favorite stores, and you look at their crème brûlée torches, and they're just, God, they're beautiful, right? They're silver, they're ornate, they've got the special cartridge that you got to order from somewhere, Germany, and it's just really beautiful. And I don't know, $75, $100, right? Or you can go to the hardware store, pick up this beauty with a cartridge that will last you forever, about 15 bucks. It also has an auto igniter on it, right? So you just pop it right in and you're good to go. This is a lifetime of crème brûlée for you. If this does not last you your lifetime, you are eating too much crème brûlée. Put down the crème brûlée. So, right, that's how you get the torch. Also does a lot of other cool things too. Lights your ovens, fixes your water heater when it's broke, that kind of stuff. It's great. Go out and get yourself one. So now let's talk about getting this, the last step. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take regular old granulated sugar. Sometimes chefs will mix that with brown sugar. It liquefies a little bit better than this, but I find that this particular granulated sugar is going to give it a harder top, and that's what I want. I want you to crack through that top like an ice skating rink, and then when you hit all of that really, really beautiful crème brûlée underneath, it's nice and rich and creamy. So I'm going to push that around the plate. I want to be kind of careful to not get that on the edges, because what will happen is that'll burn, and instead of being a nice pretty brown, it's going to be black, right? So there's a difference between caramelization and burntalization, right? Burnt is bad. Brown is ready, black means start over. So what we're going to do with this is we're just going to go real slow. There's no hurry, right? Another trick too, you can't do this when the creme brulee and the custard is warm or room temperature. It has to be cold, because that's what's going to set the sugar. So I'm going to liquefy it, get it to a hard crack stage, a hard crack temperature, and then what's going to happen is that cold is going to set it. And then also the nice result of that too is that the creme brulee now, through heat transfer, is going to be at a room temperature. So, fire it up. When you're doing this, you want to start out kind of high, right? And you're going to see a few of the bubbles on the sugar, and they're going to come clear. If they start to get brown right away, you want to move on to a different spot in the creme brulee. There's no real quick way to do this. It just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of experience. The worst thing that happens, you mess it up, or you know, it's not that expensive of a dessert to make. A couple of eggs, a little bit of sugar, right? A little bit of cream. But you'll find that within time, you'll get it down. It's not that hard. Sometimes you see me, I just tilted that there for a second. If the sugar's not distributed evenly throughout the brulee, sometimes you'll have it hard cracked on one side and it won't be hard on the other, be like a yellow spot. So feel free to just grab that and give it a little tilt, and you can see how the sugar will just run down that, right? Now the other trick, take a towel, clean up those edges, and you just make creme brulee at home. Hope you come out to Vintage 12 and try this. It's probably our best-selling dessert. Thanks a lot.